Welcome to this audio study from Prayerlogue Ministries. This 6-lesson series is titled From Supper to Sunrise. It was originally written as a Lenten study covering the time frame from the Last Supper in the upper room to the first sunrise of the resurrection morning. However, the subtitle, Finding Footing When the Ground Gives Way Beneath You, reminds us that we can feel like the ground is literally giving way beneath us at any time of the year. I pray that whether it is the Lenten season or not, you'll enjoy this study and find that Jesus really does have the answer for those times when the ground is giving way beneath you. The first lesson is titled The Last Supper and focuses primarily on John 13. This lesson seeks to answer the questions: how does the Passover relate to the communion or the Eucharist? How did the Passover become the Lord's Supper? Why did Jesus wash the disciples' feet, and what is the new covenant? Lesson 2 is titled Questions Along the Way. It covers John 14 through 16. There are differences of opinion as to whether John 14 through 16 took place during the Last Supper while Jesus and the disciples were still in the upper room, or whether they were discussing the questions found in these scriptures as they walked toward the Kidron Valley. Personally, I imagine them talking as they walked along, but the content that is covered isn't dependent on where they were, just what they learned. This lesson perhaps seeks to speak to us more personally and asks us, do you have questions? Have you ever felt like the ground was giving way beneath you? Do you understand what it means to be faithful? Do you know how to trust and obey? Lesson 3 covers the high priestly prayer found in John 17. This lesson addresses the questions: what is the purpose of Jesus' prayer? How is Jesus praying for us? And actually, did you know that Jesus prayed for you in this prayer? What is Jesus' glory? And how should we view unity as believers? The first 3 lessons are primarily from the Gospel of John. However, the last 3 will contain a combination of scriptures coming from all 4 Gospels. Lesson 4 takes us inside the Garden of Gethsemane. We will look at what actually happened in the garden and learn how to faithfully pray, "Thy will be done." Lesson 5 examines 6 interrogations or trials that Jesus underwent during the wee hours of Friday morning before the crucifixion. How each one of them was actually an illegal trial, and how these trials relate to us today. This lesson will lead us to ask, what kind of trials am I facing today? And how does Jesus know what I'm dealing with? Lesson 6 will give us a look at what happened the day after Jesus was crucified, and then takes us right into the sunrise of Sunday morning. In this lesson, we will examine the sequence of events and the reconciling of supposed contradictions of the resurrection story. The questions that we will cover in this last lesson are: who were the women at the cross? And probably one of the most difficult of all to answer, why did Jesus have to die? As an added bonus, I'll be sharing from a little booklet I've written titled Between the Cross and the Empty Tomb. This looks at the oft-asked question, did Jesus really descend into hell? I think you'll be enlightened and encouraged by it. To receive the handouts referenced in this study and a study booklet, you can email me at bnprayerlogue, that's BNPRAYERLOGUE, bnprayerlogue@cs.com, and I'll send you a set. If you would like a CD copy of the series along with the handouts, email me for a price. I'm looking forward to sharing this series with you and pray that God will bless our journey through this study. So whether it's the Lenten season or a difficult season or simply one of life's common seasons, may God bless your time of study. Amen.